Hey there, DIY enthusiasts! Ever wish you could control a light from more than one spot? We're talking about those long hallways, staircases, or large rooms where a single switch just doesn't cut it. Well, that's where the magic of three-way lighting comes in. Don't let the name intimidate you, it's simpler than it sounds. In this guide, we'll break down the process of installing three-way switches, providing clear steps and handy tips to make your home brighter and your life easier. So grab your tools and let's get started. Before we dive into the wiring, let's demystify the components of a three-way switch system. Understanding these components is crucial for anyone looking to install or troubleshoot such a system. Unlike your standard light switch, which simply opens and closes a circuit, a three-way switch allows you to control a single light or a set of lights from two different locations. Three-way switches work in pairs to control the flow of electricity from multiple locations. This is particularly useful in larger rooms, hallways, or staircases where you might want to control the lighting from either end. Think of them as traffic directors for your electrical current. Just as a traffic director manages the flow of vehicles, three-way switches manage the flow of electricity, ensuring it reaches the light fixture from either switch. Here's the rundown. You'll have two-way switches, one at each end of your desired control area. These switches are the key players in the system, allowing you to turn the light on or off from either location, and an intermediate switch in the middle. This switch acts as a bridge, connecting the two-way switches and allowing for seamless control. These switches are connected by wires with different colors. Each color has a specific role in the system, making it easier to identify and troubleshoot any issues. The black wire is your hot wire, carrying the electrical current. This wire is essential for powering the light fixture and should be handled with care. The white wire is neutral, providing a return path for the current. It completes the circuit and ensures that the electrical system functions correctly. Finally, the bare copper wire is your ground wire, ensuring safety by diverting any stray electricity. This wire is crucial for preventing electrical shocks and maintaining a safe environment. Now that you understand the basics, let's gather our tools and materials. This is the foundation of any successful wiring project, so it's crucial to have everything you need within arm's reach. A well-organized workspace can save you time and prevent mistakes. You'll need two-way switches, 2 of them. These are essential for controlling a light from 2 different locations, like at the top and bottom of a staircase. These look different from regular switches, so double-check the labeling. An intermediate switch, just 1. This switch is used when you need to control the light from a third location, adding more flexibility to your setup. This switch allows control from a third location. It's particularly useful in larger rooms or hallways where multiple access points are needed. Electrical wire, either 14-2 or 12-2 gauge, depending on your circuit's amperage. Consult an electrician if you're unsure. The right wire ensures safety and efficiency in your electrical system. Wire strippers, for exposing the wire ends. These make it easy to remove the insulation without damaging the wire itself. Needle nose pliers, for bending and manipulating wires. They are perfect for reaching into tight spaces and making precise bends. Electrical tape, for securing connections and insulating exposed wires. This helps to prevent short circuits and ensures a safe connection. A voltage tester, an essential tool for safety. Always test your wires before working on them to ensure they are not live. And finally, screwdrivers, both Phillips and flathead, for tightening terminals and removing switch plates. These are basic yet indispensable tools for any electrical work. Before you start tearing down walls, take a moment to plan your switch locations. Consider the flow of traffic in the area, and choose spots that are easily accessible and make intuitive sense. For example, place switches near doorways, or at the top and bottom of staircases. Also, think about the existing wiring and whether you need to run new wires to accommodate the additional switches. Now for the fun part, wiring. Remember, safety is paramount. Always ensure you are wearing the appropriate safety gear, including gloves and goggles, to protect yourself from any potential hazards. Electrical work can be dangerous, so taking these precautions is essential. Before you begin, turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker box. This step is crucial to avoid any risk of electric shock. Make sure to clearly label the breaker so no one accidentally turns it back on while you're working. Double check with your voltage tester to ensure the power is off. This is a vital step to confirm that there is no live current in the wires you will be handling. Always test multiple points to be absolutely certain. First, install the first two-way switch. Position it carefully in the wall box, making sure it is secure and properly aligned. This will be the starting point for your wiring. Connect the black hot wire from your power source to the common screw on the switch, which is usually marked with a different color. This connection is critical as it will carry the current to the switch. Then, connect a short piece of black wire to one of the remaining screws, and another short piece of black wire to the other remaining screw. These wires will act as the travelers, carrying the current between the switches. Cap off the white neutral wires from the power source and the fixture with a wire connector for now. This will keep them safely out of the way while you work on the other connections. Connect the bare ground wire from the power source to the green grounding screw on the switch. This ensures that the switch is properly grounded, which is essential for safety. If your box doesn't have a grounding screw, connect the ground wire to the box itself using a grounding clip. This provides an alternative grounding method to ensure safety. Next, connect the traveler wires. These wires will run between the switches, allowing the current to flow and enabling the switches to control the light from different locations. Run a new length of 14-2 or 12-2 wire from the first switch box to the location of your second two-way switch. Make sure the wire is properly secured and not pinched or damaged as you thread it through the wall. Connect the white wire from this new cable to the black wire on the first switch that wasn't connected to the power source. This connection will help complete the circuit between the switches. Connect the red wire from the new cable to the other black wire on the first switch. This wire will act as the second traveler, carrying the current between the switches. And of course, connect the bare ground wire to the box as before. Grounding is a critical safety measure that should never be overlooked. If you're using an intermediate switch, add it now. This switch will allow you to control the light from an additional location, providing more flexibility. Run another length of 14-2 or 12-2 wire from the first switch box to the location of your intermediate switch. Ensure the wire is properly measured and cut to fit the distance between the switches. Connect the remaining two black wires from the first switch to the two traveler screws on the intermediate switch. It doesn't matter which wire goes to which screw. This will allow the current to flow through the intermediate switch. And don't forget to connect the bare ground wire to the box. Grounding each switch and box is essential for the overall safety of the circuit. Now, install the second two-way switch. Position it carefully in the wall box, ensuring it is secure and properly aligned, just like the first switch. Run a final length of 14-2 or 12-2 wire from the intermediate switch, or the first two-way switch if you're not using an intermediate switch, to the second two-way switch. This will complete the wiring between the switches. Connect the white wire from this cable to the common screw on the second switch. This connection is crucial for completing the circuit. Then, connect the red and black wires from the cable to the remaining two screws on the switch. It doesn't matter which wire goes to which screw. These connections will allow the switches to control the light from different locations. And of course, connect the bare ground wire to the box. Proper grounding is essential for the safety and functionality of the circuit. Finally, complete the circuit at the fixture box. This is where all your hard work comes together to make the light function properly. Connect the black hot wire from the last switch to the black wire of the fixture. This will carry the current to the light, allowing it to turn on and off. Connect the white neutral wire from the fixture to the white neutral wires in the box. This completes the return path for the current, allowing the circuit to function properly. And, connect the bare ground wire from the fixture to the ground wire in the box. This final grounding step ensures the entire circuit is safe and secure. Section 6. Troubleshooting tips. Don't sweat the small stuff. Wiring can be tricky, but don't worry if things don't work perfectly on the first try. Here are some troubleshooting tips. First, check all connections. Ensure all wires are securely fastened and there are no loose strands. Next, ensure correct wiring. Double-check that you followed the wiring diagram and connected the correct wires to the corresponding screws. Lastly, test continuity. If you have a multimeter, you can test the continuity between the wires to make sure the circuit is complete. Section 7. Safety first. Always protect yourself and your home. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous. Here are some safety tips. Always turn off the power at the breaker box before working on any electrical wiring. Double-check your work with a voltage tester to ensure the power is off. Never work on electrical wiring when the surfaces are wet. If you're unsure about any part of the process, consult with a qualified electrician. Section 8. The beauty of three-way lighting. Convenience at your fingertips. Congratulations! You've successfully installed three-way switches. Now you can enjoy the convenience of controlling your lights from multiple locations. No more fumbling for a switch in the dark. Embrace the DIY spirit. Don't be afraid to tackle home improvement projects yourself. With a little patience and guidance, you can save money and gain valuable skills. Just remember to prioritize safety, and don't hesitate to ask for help when needed. Now go out there and light up your world.